Ever notice how some people just love to test your limits? They interrupt you mid-sentence, mock your silence, or treat your boundaries like suggestions. And every time it happens, something inside you burns. Not because of what they said, but because you stayed quiet, unsure how to defend your dignity without losing your peace. We've all been there. But here's the truth. You can't control how people act. You can only master how you respond. That's the Stoic way. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury." You don't fight disrespect with anger. You fight it with composure. In this video, you'll learn 7 Stoic ways to handle people who don't respect you, calmly, confidently, and without lowering yourself. Because self-respect isn't something you demand. It's something you demonstrate. Comment below. Respect is earned, not demanded. 1. The silent stare. The most powerful move you can make when someone disrespects you is silence. Not the silence of fear or surrender, but the silence of someone who knows their worth. Most people react immediately. They raise their voices, defend themselves, or try to win the moment. But when you do that, you give the other person exactly what they wanted: control over your emotions. A Stoic knows that losing your calm means losing your power. Your silence, on the other hand, is strategy. It's composure under pressure. It's strength dressed in stillness. Picture this. You're in a meeting, you share an idea, and someone cuts you off with a smirk. The room goes quiet for a second. You feel that burn behind your chest, that rush of anger whispering, "Say something." But you don't. You meet their eyes, steady, calm, unflinching. In that moment, your silence speaks louder than any argument could. It says, "You don't get to define my value. You don't get to decide my reaction." And they feel it. The power dynamic shifts. They expected you to fight for validation, but instead, they find themselves shrinking in the space created by your restraint. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury." When someone tries to disrespect you, the most powerful thing you can do is refuse to become them. Don't mirror their immaturity with your reaction. Don't let their noise turn into your noise. You remain still, centered, untouched. Because silence isn't passive, it's active control. It's the moment where you prove that your peace cannot be stolen. Seneca warned, "Anger, if not restrained, is more hurtful to us than the injury that provokes it." Think about that. The insult isn't what damages you, it's the emotional explosion that follows. Every time you lash out, you teach others how to push your buttons. Every time you stay calm, you teach them those buttons don't work anymore. That is what Stoic mastery looks like. It's not about suppressing emotions, it's about transmuting them, taking the same energy that used to burn you and turning it into fuel for strength. Try this the next time someone disrespects you. The 24-hour rule. When you're provoked, don't respond for a full day. Don't text back. Don't argue. Don't explain. Walk, breathe, write, reflect. You'll notice how emotions fade with time while your dignity remains untouched. You'll realize how much power you regain by refusing to engage on their level. The world will keep testing you, online, at work, even within your family. But your reaction is always your choice. Silence is a mirror. It forces people to see themselves. When you react, you blur that reflection. But when you stay quiet, they're left to confront their own behavior. Disrespect thrives on attention. When you don't feed it, it starves. That's why Stoics call silence a weapon. It ends conflicts before they even begin. You might think silence makes you look weak, but that's only to those who mistake noise for strength. In truth, the calmest person in the room is the one who holds the most control. Let them talk. Let them misunderstand you. You don't need to defend what's already clear through your actions. So the next time disrespect finds you, remember this. Composure is your armor. Stillness is your sword. You don't owe anyone your reaction. You owe yourself your peace. When you respond with silence, you communicate something sacred. I choose mastery over mayhem. I choose peace over pride. Affirmation. My silence is not weakness, it's composure. 2. Set boundaries without words. Respect doesn't start with what you say. It starts with what you allow. Every relationship, every conversation, every moment you share with someone teaches them how to treat you. And too often, we train people to cross our limits. Not because they're cruel, but because we never showed them where the line is. Stoicism teaches that boundaries are not built through anger or long explanations. They are built through quiet consistency. Epictetus once said, "You can be robbed of nothing truly your own." What's truly yours is your peace, your focus, your energy. Every time you tolerate disrespect, you give a piece of that away. The Stoic way is to reclaim it, not through arguments, but through presence. You don't have to announce your standards. You embody them. You show people what you accept and what you quietly walk away from. Imagine this. A friend constantly interrupts you, makes subtle jokes at your expense, laughs it off with, "I'm just kidding." You smile, stay silent, but inside, resentment builds. The next time it happens, don't explain why it bothers you. Simply stop engaging. Don't laugh. Don't feed it. Let the silence hang heavy in the air. That moment of stillness becomes a mirror, showing them that your attention is not free and your tolerance is not endless. Boundaries don't always need words. They need patterns. Stoics know that people respect what is consistent. If every time someone crosses a line, you calmly withdraw your energy, they'll start to notice the cost of their behavior. They'll learn that access to your attention is earned, not owed. That's the discipline of dignity, to withdraw gracefully, without making a scene, without revenge, without noise. Seneca wrote, "Associate with those who will make a better man of you." If someone repeatedly pulls you into drama, drains your energy, or belittles your efforts, you don't need to fight for their understanding. Just start stepping back. Stop explaining yourself to people committed to misunderstanding you. Your withdrawal is not punishment, it's protection. It's your way of saying, "My peace is sacred ground. Enter respectfully or not at all." Here's a practice. The 3-step boundary rule. Step 1. Observe. Notice how you feel around them. Do you leave drained or empowered? Step 2. Mirror. Reflect their level of respect. If they keep it shallow, so do you. Step 3. Withdraw. Reduce access. Respond later. Speak less. Stop oversharing. You don't owe anyone a speech about self-respect. You show it in your actions. You stop chasing apologies. You stop explaining why you deserve better. Because the moment you start explaining your worth, you've already let them question it. Boundaries are not walls. They are filters. You're not shutting the world out. You're protecting what's worth keeping in. When you stop tolerating disrespect, you stop bleeding energy into people who don't value it. That's not coldness. That's maturity. The Stoic knows that saying no silently is sometimes louder than shouting enough. So next time someone disrespects you, don't announce your boundary. Live it. Stay calm. Pull your energy back into yourself. Watch how quickly people adjust when they feel the absence of your attention. Because real respect doesn't come from demanding it. It comes from becoming someone who no longer entertains what disrespects them. Affirmation: respect begins where tolerance ends. 3. Respond. Don't react. There's a small space between what happens to you and how you respond to it. And in that space lies your freedom. Most people never find it. They let their emotions grab the wheel and crash them into regret. But the Stoic trains for that exact moment, the pause between trigger and reaction. Because that pause is power. Think about the last time someone disrespected you. Maybe a coworker dismissed your opinion, or a partner said something that cut deep. You felt that flash of heat, that pulse in your neck, that urge to strike back. That's your biology, your survival instinct, not your wisdom. Stoicism isn't about suppressing those emotions. It's about mastering them. You pause, breathe, and remember. The goal isn't to win the argument, it's to win yourself. Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." The world will always throw insults, disappointments, and disrespect your way. You can't stop that, but you can decide how long those moments live inside you. Every time you react impulsively, you give the offender free rent in your mind. Every time you respond with clarity, you evict them immediately. Here's how to build that control. The sacred pause technique. When something triggers you, stop. Don't speak, don't move, don't text. Inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 4, exhale for 6. It sounds simple, but it rewires your nervous system in real time. Neuroscience confirms it. This act shifts your brain from reaction to regulation. In that short pause, your prefrontal cortex, the rational part, steps back in. You regain control. You become the calm in the storm instead of the storm itself. Imagine an argument with someone who loves chaos. They want to see you explode to confirm their power over you. Instead, you breathe, you lower your tone, you speak slowly. Suddenly, they're the one looking unbalanced. That's Stoic jujitsu, using their energy against them without ever raising your hand or your voice. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." That's not philosophy. It's survival. The person who controls their reaction controls the room. When others panic, you remain composed. When they insult you, you respond with logic, or sometimes with nothing at all. You're not avoiding confrontation. You're choosing your arena. You're saying, "I won't fight where emotion rules. I'll fight where wisdom wins." Next time someone crosses the line, say less. Breathe first. Respond later. If you must speak, make your words few, clear, and deliberate. Let them hit like calm thunder, powerful, but measured. Every response you give should serve one purpose: to protect your peace, not to prove your point. Remember this: reacting is a reflex. Responding is a skill, and like any skill, it takes training. You'll fail sometimes. We all do. But every moment you pause instead of explode, you sharpen that discipline. One day you'll notice it. Someone will throw shade, and instead of reacting, you'll just smile. Not a mocking smile, but a knowing one. The smile of someone who owns themselves. Because power isn't in how loud you get. It's in how still you stay. The louder the world becomes, the more powerful your calm will sound. Affirmation. Reaction gives them power. Response gives me peace. 4. Detach from their opinion. One of the greatest freedoms a Stoic can achieve is freedom from the opinions of others. Most people are prisoners of perception, constantly shaped by what others think, chasing approval like oxygen. They bend their truth to fit into someone else's story. But here's the Stoic reality. The opinions of others are not your responsibility, and they are certainly not your truth. Marcus Aurelius once said, "If anyone speaks badly of you, live so that none will believe him." That is the heart of Stoic detachment. You don't fight rumors, you outlive them. You don't argue for your character, you embody it. When people disrespect you, mock you, or underestimate you, you don't need to defend yourself, because who you are doesn't change based on their misunderstanding. Their opinion is a reflection of their lens, not your worth. Think about it. Every person sees you through their own filter. their fears, their envy, their bias. So when someone disrespects you, it's rarely about you. It's about something unresolved within them. The Stoic response is not to personalize the attack, but to observe it with calm curiosity. Ask yourself, what pain must this person be carrying to behave like this? Then walk away. You don't need to collect their projections. Detachment doesn't mean you stop caring, it means you stop depending. You still listen, you still learn, but you don't let their noise drown your inner voice. Epictetus taught that what disturbs us is not what others do, but how we interpret it. If someone's disrespect shakes you, it's because part of you still seeks their approval. Detachment is the art of cutting that invisible rope, the one that ties your self-worth to someone else's perception. Here's a simple exercise. The 3 circles of control. Draw 3 circles on a page. The inner circle, what you can control, your thoughts, words, actions. The middle circle, what you can influence, your habits, your boundaries, your energy. The outer circle, what you cannot control, other people's opinions, judgments, or reactions. Whenever you feel disrespected, ask yourself, which circle does this belong to? If it's in the outer one, let it go. That's not your work. Your job is to protect the inner circle, to make sure your character stays clean, your heart steady, and your peace intact. Detachment is a silent kind of confidence. It doesn't announce itself. It simply refuses to be shaken. You might still feel the sting when someone belittles you, but instead of reacting, you observe it like a wave. You watch it rise and fall, and realize it leaves no mark unless you let it. There will always be people who misunderstand your calm as weakness, your silence as guilt, or your boundaries as arrogance. Let them. The Stoic doesn't waste time correcting misperceptions. They live in a way that truth speaks for itself. Eventually, time reveals what words could never prove. Seneca once wrote, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." Most of the pain from disrespect doesn't come from the act itself, but from how long we replay it in our minds. So stop carrying their judgment like baggage. Drop it. Let your actions speak. Let your peace be your answer. True respect doesn't come from others thinking highly of you. It comes from you thinking clearly of yourself. The moment you stop dancing to the tune of opinions, you start walking to the rhythm of freedom. That's the quiet strength of detachment. To hear every insult, every lie, every judgment and smile, because none of it can reach who you truly are inside. Affirmation. Their noise cannot touch my peace. 5. Withdraw your energy gracefully. Not every battle deserves your energy. In fact, most don't. One of the hardest lessons in life, and one of the most stoic, is learning when to walk away without bitterness. We're conditioned to believe that disengaging means losing, but the truth is, walking away from chaos is not weakness. It's wisdom. Every time you engage with disrespect, you're investing energy into someone who doesn't value it. You're giving time, emotion, and mental space to people who feed on reaction. But when you withdraw your energy, calmly and deliberately, you take back control. You stop playing their game. You stop feeding the drama. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Choose not to be harmed, and you won't be." It's not denial, it's discipline. The Stoic doesn't wait for an apology to find closure. They create it through distance. They understand that sometimes peace isn't won through confrontation. It's preserved through quiet separation. Picture this. You're in a relationship, maybe personal, maybe professional, where you're constantly belittled. They dismiss your words, undermine your confidence, drain your spirit. One day, instead of arguing or explaining for the 100th time, you do something different. You stop explaining, you stop justifying, you stop chasing closure, you start walking toward peace. That first silent step away from what disrespects you is the loudest declaration of self-respect you'll ever make. Epictetus taught, don't explain your philosophy, embody it. You don't have to prove you've changed. Your silence will do it for you. When you stop reacting, people who thrive on control panic. They'll accuse you of arrogance, of coldness, of being distant. But what they're really feeling is the loss of access to your energy. They no longer get to feed on your attention. They no longer have the power to drain you. Here's a method to practice. The 3 disconnect steps. Step 1, mute. Reduce exposure. Turn off notifications. Avoid constant contact. Step 2, observe. Watch what happens when your attention disappears. Who reaches out, who doesn't. Step 3, move on. Not with resentment, but with clarity. Don't slam the door. Simply close it softly and keep walking. Withdrawal doesn't have to be dramatic. You don't owe anyone a speech about why you're leaving. The most powerful exits are the quiet ones. Let absence do the speaking. When you withdraw with grace, you protect your peace without losing your dignity. You stop trying to convince people to treat you right and start teaching them what happens when they don't. Seneca once said, "He who is brave is free." Freedom isn't only the courage to fight, it's the courage to walk away. You don't need to destroy them, you simply need to stop letting them destroy your calm. Detachment is not punishment, it's self-preservation. And remember, withdrawing your energy doesn't mean closing your heart. It means redirecting your love, time, and effort toward people and places that nourish your growth. It means turning your focus from being understood to being at peace. The more you practice this, the more you'll notice how silence heals faster than confrontation ever could. So the next time someone disrespects you, don't argue for change. Become it. Pull your energy back. Let your stillness speak. Because sometimes, the most powerful way to say, "I'm done," is to simply stop showing up. Affirmation: peace over performance, always. 6. Let consequences teach them. Some lessons can't be taught through words. They must be felt through silence and consequence. When someone disrespects you, your instinct might be to explain, to correct, to prove your worth. But Stoicism teaches a different kind of response. Stop explaining and let the natural consequences of their behavior do the teaching. Life has a way of revealing what words never could. Epictetus said, "Don't explain your philosophy, embody it." The Stoic doesn't preach respect. They model it. They don't argue about values. They live them. When someone mistreats you and you keep showing up, you teach them that their behavior has no cost. But when you quietly step back, when you stop rewarding disrespect with attention, the balance shifts. Your absence becomes the mirror of their actions. They begin to feel the silence they created. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself, the best revenge is not to be like your enemy. Let that sink in. When you stop reacting, you strip others of the satisfaction of control. They might mock your calmness, mistake your restraint for indifference, but beneath it, they will feel it, that sudden void where your energy used to be. Disrespect thrives on attention, it starves when ignored. Imagine this. Someone constantly criticizes you, mocks your effort, or undercuts your success. Instead of firing back or explaining your intent, you stop responding. You deliver excellence quietly, stay focused, and allow your consistency to expose their insecurity. A month later, they're still talking. You're still rising. That's not coincidence. That's consequence. Your discipline has become their teacher. Here's a principle, the no explanation rule. For the next 72 hours after a disrespectful encounter, do not explain, justify, or seek validation. Let your actions and time speak. It's uncomfortable at first. The silence feels heavy. But soon you realize something. You don't need to convince anyone who's determined not to understand you. Their confusion is their lesson, not your responsibility. Seneca wrote, "Fate leads the willing and drags the unwilling." In human relationships, respect works the same way. People who value you will adjust when you withdraw. Those who don't will resist until life itself teaches them. You don't have to play judge or savior. Just step aside and let the consequences of their choices unfold. That's not cruelty, that's clarity. There's a quiet dignity in not explaining yourself. It tells the world, my worth doesn't need your permission to exist. Every time you choose silence over reaction, distance over debate, you reinforce your boundary. Eventually, those who took your calm for weakness will realize it was strength all along. That's when respect begins. Not from your words, but from their awakening. Remember, you are not here to punish anyone. You are here to protect your peace. The Stoic doesn't wish harm on others. They simply refuse to participate in their own disrespect. When people lose access to your attention, your time, and your energy, they'll either rise to meet your standard or fade into the background. Either way, the lesson is delivered. Let your calmness be the consequence. Let your silence be the correction. You don't have to scream for closure. Your growth will speak louder than any explanation ever could, because in the end, the ones who truly see your worth will never require proof, and the ones who don't were never your responsibility to teach. Affirmation: I teach through consistency, not words. 7. Turn disrespect into discipline. Disrespect hurts, no matter how stoic you try to be. It cuts deep because it touches something primal, our need to be seen, valued, acknowledged. But here's the truth. The Stoic doesn't waste pain. They use it. Every insult, every betrayal, every moment of being underestimated becomes raw material for transformation. What others throw to wound you, you forge into strength. Marcus Aurelius said, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." That's not poetry. It's instruction. When someone disrespects you, you have two choices. You can let it poison your peace, or you can turn it into power. The Stoic chooses the second path. Not because it's easy, but because it's the only one that leads to growth. Think of every act of disrespect as a test. When someone mocks you, interrupts you, or doubts you, they're not just showing their character. They're revealing where yours still needs sharpening. The pain you feel is feedback. It's the universe pointing at the exact muscle that needs strengthening. Your patience, your confidence, your detachment. Instead of asking, "Why did this happen to me?" ask, "What is this trying to teach me?" That shift changes everything. Picture this. You've been overlooked at work. Again. Someone less capable gets the credit while your effort goes unnoticed. Instead of stewing in resentment, you take it as training. You double down on your craft. You stop chasing praise and start chasing progress. The same fire that once burned you now lights your path forward. That's Stoicism in motion, turning humiliation into discipline, anger into fuel, and pain into purpose. Epictetus reminded us, difficulties show what men are. Anyone can be calm when they're respected. True mastery appears when you're disrespected and still choose integrity. Every slight becomes an invitation to rise above impulse and step deeper into your principles. Because while others waste energy reacting, you're building resilience, quietly, consistently, unshakably. Here's a Stoic practice. The Transformation Journal. Every time you feel disrespected, instead of venting, write down 3 lines. What happened? Name the event without judgment. What did it trigger in me? Identify the emotion, anger, shame, pride. What is this teaching me? Turn the trigger into a lesson. By doing this, you stop being a victim of emotion and become a student of it. The same moment that used to break you becomes a classroom for strength. Over time, you'll find that what once enraged you now refines you. You no longer need people to treat you right to feel right. You've built your own peace from within. Seneca once said, "Fire tests gold, adversity tests brave men." Let every disrespect test you, not destroy you. Let it strip away ego and comfort until only discipline remains. You'll notice something powerful. The same people who once tried to provoke you will start respecting your composure, not because they changed, but because you did. So when life throws you disrespect, don't shrink, don't fight for validation. Channel it. Turn it into self-control, into focus, into quiet excellence. Let them feed your evolution without even realizing it, because that's what the Stoic warrior does. He doesn't seek revenge. He seeks mastery. Every insult becomes a repetition. Every disappointment, another rep in the gym of the soul. Keep training until disrespect no longer shakes you. It strengthens you. Affirmation. Their disrespect forged my discipline. Disrespect will always exist. You can't delete it from the world, and you can't force others to change. But you can choose how you meet it. The Stoics taught that life is not about avoiding pain. It's about mastering your response to it. You've now seen 7 ways to handle disrespect. Through silence, through boundaries, through composure, through detachment, through withdrawal, through consequence, and through discipline. Each one is a layer of armor, not to harden your heart, but to protect your peace. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." The people who try to provoke you are testing their control. The Stoic proves they have none. You don't need to argue, explain, or beg for respect. You embody it. When others lose their temper, you remain still. When they throw chaos, you answer with calm. That's what separates those who react from those who rise. And maybe, as you grow calmer, some will call you distant. Let them. Your silence, your restraint, your discipline. These are not signs of coldness. They are signs of evolution. You no longer crave validation. You cultivate peace. You no longer chase attention. You command it through presence. Remember, you can't control how others act, but you can always control your standard. You can always choose grace over anger, purpose over pride, stillness over noise. That's what makes you untouchable. Not because life stops testing you, but because you stop breaking under its weight. So, as you step forward, carry this Stoic reminder in your heart. It's not what happens to you that defines you, it's what you do next. If this message resonated with you, leave a comment. I handle disrespect with calm power. Because in a world that thrives on reaction, your peace is rebellion, your discipline is defiance, and your composure, that's your crown. Affirmation. I handle disrespect with calm power. You can't control how they act, but you can always control your response.